Fragile. That must be Italian. Hello everybody, thank you for joining me today. I do truly appreciate it. And the Friendly Neighborhood Mail Lady has delivered directly international tract mail directly from East Riding of Yorkshire, United Kingdom. It is PS Publishing, and it is Stephen King. Stephen King, ever hear of him? The author of such greats as Misery and The Stand and Firestarter. And PS Publishing has been publishing Stephen King signed. They're signed limited editions, all right, numbered editions, not signed by the author Stephen King, usually signed by others. And Firestarter is in, and PS Publishing is an interesting publisher. I became a fan of PS Publishing through a variety of other authors, but I noted that I liked the way their books look. So an interesting publisher in those regards. Their books look neat, typically. But we're not here to bash. But the books look neat. But usually the books are more economically produced. So cheaper materials, they feel cheaper. They cheaper construction methods and such as that. But they're charging quite a bit. For example, this one here, $247.71 delivered to the United States. Now, that's shipping and all. And I don't know what it costs, but let's just say you take 40 bucks off for shipping the United States from the United Kingdom. That's more than almost every other limited edition publisher out there for numbered editions. It's not a complaining session, but a full disclosure here. They usually look really cool. They usually have a slipcase. The slipcases usually look pretty cool. But if you're going to compare apples to apples or apples to oranges or what have you, the production materials, much different. The way it feels in hand, much different. And the way it's built is much different. But they charge that much money, and the books sell. They sell usually quickly, depending on the author. And when you attach Stephen King to a limited edition book, they're usually going to go, because there's a lot of Stephen King collectors out there. But I bought it. I paid the freight, and I actually like PS Publishing stuff. I like the way it looks. And when you're talking about books on the shelf, you want to have books that you really like, hopefully. You want to have books that look nice on the shelf, hopefully. And then the other would be quality and production and such as that. Those things matter too. And I'm sure there's other things that matter to you. Whatever. Filling voids in collections, being complete on this thing or that thing. There's a lot of things that are important to people. But here is the slip-cased limited edition. I believe it's signed by the artist. We'll see what is all about, of Firestarter. And here is, I'm showing you this slipcase. I'm spinning it round and round. For my taste, it looks like the slipcase is upside down. That's the way it looks for me when I spin it round and round. So I'll fix it. Put the book in upside up, and then we'll try that again. So here's the spine, what it'll look like on my shelf, the spine of the book, because I put them on the book, my books on the shelf the right way. Some of you like to put your books on the shelf the wrong way, and PS Publish the wrong way. Just kidding. I kid. Although it is true. PS Publishing has hooked you up. They've got the name of the author, Stephen King, the name of the book, Firestarter, and the PS logo there on the spine of the slipcase for you. So your stuff will look tat. It'll look nice. And like I said, PS Publishing stuff usually does look nice. But that's the slipcase. Let's take this book out and show you a little bit more about the slipcase. As far as slipcases go, I always want one. Now, the materials and the production qualities vary quite a lot from publisher to publisher, and sometimes from publishing to publishing within those publishers. But really, we have what feels mostly like a paper slipcase. It is slightly thicker than paperboard, but it's like a thick paper slipcase with this type of a laminate around it, so they look good. It's not an awful slipcase, and I don't want to complain because I love them. I'd much rather have the book with this than without this. but it wouldn't compare to something like a Levidian publication slipcase or something like that. It's a completely different sort of a construction, thickness, stuff like that. It is different, but they look really good. And I'm glad to have it. I'm glad that they do it. I'd hate to see them cut them out totally. But let's look at the book itself. I've talked a lot of smack perhaps on this this video, which I don't like to do, but either way. But let's look at this dust jacket artwork and see what it looks like, and then we'll get to the book. We'll go step by step and show you what all we got here. So, cover art by Dave McKean. Let's take a look at that Dave McKean cover art. And I really, looking at this book, I like the back better than the front, I think, just for my taste. Looking at it, the back looks really awesome. I don't know about the art on the front. I'm not an art critic. I'm sure you love it. Do you? Do you love it? I don't know. I'm sure, but I really love that picture on the back. So if when I get to be the graphic designer for all these publishers and I decide, I would say put this back picture on the front. But my front cover artwork here, the book is, I don't know what they call it, but I call it a case laminate. It's covered in this shiny laminate material like we would see in school with textbooks and stuff like that a lot of times. And that's where, you know, the cloth boards and stuff that a lot of other publishers will use, the leather, the other types of materials. PS's quality is a little bit less, but it looks good. It looks good. And the binding, at a close glance, it looks like a Smithsonian binding. So that's good stuff. That's the good stuff there. We have a built-in ribbon page marker and the end papers. Look at there, fancy stuff. So I'm eating my words some. Now I've never had an issue. I've always loved PS Publishing's design, the way they make their stuff look. And some of the complaints have come with stuff like the paper, the materials that they use, and such. And we're getting into the nitty gritty. So this is signed by the artist Dave McKean. This special slipcase edition is limited to 1,000 copies. This is copy number 566. So if you remind me, I'll check to see if this matches the numbers on my other PS Publishing editions. It probably doesn't. I doubt that I've asked for matching. I don't know. I don't remember if my others matched either. But let's look at some of these interior illustrations. Now, the interior illustrations are a very nice feature that I love in my limited edition books, and PS Publishing usually delivers. So let's look and see. There may be quite a few. I don't want to miss them, so I'm going to try to find them. Show you the interior illustrations here. Show you that Dave McKean artwork, and try not to miss a thing. The back end papers are different than the front end papers. And also remind me, I'll show you what the page looks like. We'll do that right now. There's another interior illustration. The paper is pretty bright white. The text, it's okay. It's not big. It's not tiny either. And it looks good enough for me as it goes. The paper is not thin paper. It's not thin at all. It actually feels good. It feels like a good limited edition paper. So here we go. PS Publishing is good. That's why I buy them. I like them. I don't. Might complain about the price. Might complain about something like that. But overall, I keep coming back. When they publish a book that I want, I try to get it. And I've got quite a few PS Publishing books on my shelf. So here we go. A little bit of backtracking, perhaps. But overall, for this book, for this price, we'll just leave it there. But there are lots and lots of interior illustrations. What do you think about the artwork here? It is, I don't know, what would you call this type of an artwork? It's cool. They've added a lot in here. And they've done a variety on the PS Stephen King editions that I have. I feel like it's been different artists each time. There might have been some overlap there, but on the ones that I have, overall, it's been different artists, I think, each time. And I like as much of the illustration as I can get. And then also, What I don't know a lot, but what I do know is that the more illustrations you put in a book, the more color illustrations you put in a book, the higher the cost goes. So when we're talking about the cost, and this one was 200, did I say delivered? $247, something like that. Well, there are a lot of illustrations in here, and that does add to the cost. So hey, it's there you go. You be the judge on on value for dollars when it comes down to it. The buying power, whether or not you buy it, determines whether or not it's overpriced or not. So there you go, whether or not it's overpriced or not. But there are so many illustrations in here. I'm very surprised at how many pictures there are. Let me see. I don't want to miss a thing. I'm a little over halfway there, and I've already shown you quite a few, but they kind of sneak up. So I might have missed some. I hope I don't. I might have missed some just because I flipped through, and some of them I've had to go back and find them. But lots of pictures, and I talk about the materials and such, and we talked about the slipcase and the materials that it was made of, and the laminate on the covers. And I think some of the rep on PS starts there, and maybe it ends there. I don't know. Some folks have complained about the paper quality, but this paper is much better than your trade edition books will be. Much better. Now, it might not be the Hanamule Bugra or some kind of fancy paper like that. I don't know all the fancy papers out there, but this is good paper. It's better than you would get when you go to the Barnes and Noble and buy a book. So this is, I would say, limited edition quality. Smithsonian binding, built-in ribbon page marker. It comes with a slipcase. It's chock full of color, full-page illustrations. You got illustrated end papers. It's some sort of a laminated boards, but they have artwork on them, front and back. Comes with a dust jacket with artwork front and back. So, I mean, hey, I think PS has delivered. For my taste, PS has delivered here. I have a book in my hand, and I don't feel like I screwed up by buying it. I feel like, value for dollars, I got it. I feel like I got it. And I didn't expect to think that way when I was opening up this book and talking smack. So eating crow, hey, sometimes you got to learn to eat crow and like it, or you got to learn to keep your mouth shut. One or the other. And maybe Mama was right when she talked about what you should be saying and what you shouldn't be saying. But I'm happy with what I got here today. And honestly, I've been happy with what I've gotten from PS Publishing over time. The only thing that gave me pause a little bit here was the price. But honestly, I think they met that value for dollars or value for pounds criteria that I have. So thank you. Good job. Glad I have it. I hope if you ordered one, you are happy with what you got too. And if you weren't able to get one, well, I hope you find one at a price you can dig, a price you can enjoy, and I hope you like what you get as well. And with that being said, I can think of no more lies to tell, so thank you for your time. I do truly appreciate it, and c'est la vie, baby. See how I paused there? I don't mind that at all. I'm a William Shatner fan. Doo-doo.